So sometimes we go out, on the streets, and some like teenagers come up to us, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, our parents just like a big fan of yours."
Yeah, we grew up with your
and-
show.
right? As an actor, being a guy from a city, selling durian is quite challenging for me. And I'm like, okay, this is my durian, and it's really good. It's harder to nurture it than your own child. Holy, we can't mess it up. You know what I mean? I mean. Quality time for our children is very important. If you're able to communicate English with your child, your children, I mean, that's super. I'm the one who speaks English, so I try to speak a lot of English to Bodhi. But then, wouldn't it be better if our child can learn from the experts? He's 7. I mean, of course, he's attending school. We kept him busy. I mean, but letting him do what he really loves, like drawing.
Yeah.
I mean, he swims. I mean, he do like swimming tournaments and
Wow.
stuff with the club. And my wife, she's the main parenting. Well, I'm like a child sometimes. I'm still like a child living in a grown man's body. I'm like her first son. I'm like her elder son. As long as your kid is determined, I mean, I'm sure they can achieve anything. But until that day, I also want him to find other interests. If it's good for him, if it's a positive thing, of course we will support him all the way.
คุณชากริกครับ สวัสดีครับ
Swadikap. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Right. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
This is amazing because we've seen you for so long in the showbiz.
Right, in the industry, probably almost 30 years now.
30 years.
Yeah, since my late teens.
Yeah.
Probably around 19, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're one of the biggest names in the 90s and still today too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Opened up.
And of course, we have a lot of parents in our audience,
okay.
and a lot of parents, of course, want their kids to have the best, right?
Right.
Especially the English speaking skill, which is one of our focus on the channel. So they will have to be very interested to know how to raise English proficiency kids.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we'll be talking about today too.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's great.
and a lot more. So
Okay.
first of all, what are you the most busy with these days?
So actually, people think that I literally live in Jantaburi,
Right.
but no, I base here in Bangkok. Our home is in Bangkok. Bodhi is going to school here in Bangkok also, but we go back and forth to our durian orchard, to check on the trees, on the blooms and stuff, because now it's moving towards the harvest season.
Of course.
So now it's like right in the middle of the bloom.
Yeah.
So the harvest will falls around after Songkran.
Sure.
Right. So then we'll be busy, doing our sales for the durian.
Right.
But at the moment, I'm also working a lot in Bangkok. I've been working between 3 programs and sitcom. Pentol, we're still here. Right. It's our 23rd year now.
Bento is such a legend.
Oh,
It's
thanks.
been
Right.
it's been
Right.
around for like many years, and people still love it.
Yeah, we feel really fortunate, that we've been around. I mean, this long. I mean,
Right.
we really have to give thanks and shout out to the fans, who kept us alive.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I just wrapped a series which already aired and ended. And I just wrapped up on a film that will be in theater on Mother's Day, Thailand Mother's Day, on the 12th of August.
Right.
Hopefully, if nothing changed.
Sure.
Right.
It's amazing when people keep doing things they love for like many years, especially like, for example, Bento. So you've been with Bento for so long. What keeps it alive and still
I think
amazing?
I think the friendship. I think that the friendship amongst the characters, among the talents. I mean, ourselves as actors. I mean, we became like a family that is so close that everything became natural, to us.
Yeah.
And I think that shows on screen.
Yeah.
And that also can be transferred, to
Sure.
to the audience. The audience can totally relate. So actually, when we started, it was during the era that Friends, the sitcom Friends in the
Sure.
U.S. right was still airing, like probably their 6th or 7th season, if I remember correctly. And our aim, our ambition was just like friends. You know, we want to be your friends like every Thursday night because we used to air.
Yeah.
You know, we started with airing on every Thursday night, like, you know, after the prime time. It was
Yeah.
At late night, like 10:30 p.m. Our aim was to be, you know, friends with city working class, you know, the
Right.
working men's and women.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And we have long outgrown friends in
Yeah,
that sense
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. So
we
back-
were still around. We're still here.
Right. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
their kids is watching
Yes.
us. Right.
Right.
So sometimes we go out, you know, on the streets, and some like teenagers come up to us, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you know, our parents is like a big fan of yours."
Yeah, we grew up with your show.
right?
Yeah.
And I grew up watching your show with
Yeah.
with my parents and stuff like
Right.
that.
That's a great part. It's a kind of show that grow with you,
Yeah.
and also you grow with the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, it never grows old, really. I mean,
Sure.
because of the beauty of acting
Yeah.
and the sit when it's sitcom, you know, and
Yeah.
you get all these like, you know, like comedy situation, and
Yeah.
we hands down to the director and the script writer, you know, to keep it going
Yeah.
for this long.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then the
right.
relationship and the chemistry of the
Right,
cast.
and to come up
Yeah.
with all these gags every
Yes.
every week, you know,
Yeah.
on set, you know, and for every EPs.
Yeah,
Right.
you've mentioned Bodhi, your son.
Right.
Yeah, so how busy is he these days?
Well, he's 7.
Yeah.
You know, he's 7. I mean, of course, he's attending school. You know,
Right.
he's in year 3, moving to year 4 next fall term.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's quite busy. I mean, we kept him busy. I mean, but letting him do what he really loves, like drawing.
Yeah.
I mean, he swims. I mean, he do like swimming tournaments and
Wow.
stuff with the club. And now he's joining school swimming team because
Right.
he's at the right age right now. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned he paints. So
Yeah.
tell us about the UNICEF thing that just happened.
Oh yeah, this just happened recently. I mean, I work for UNICEF. I volunteered for UNICEF myself, and I've been working with them for over 3-4 years now, or maybe even more. I mean, you know, helping, you know, doing clips, you know, to send out the awareness about, you know, for children in needs all over the world and stuff. And then the team have learned that Bodhi loves to paint, to draw, and there were I don't want to praise Bodhi that much, but but for his age, I think he does a really good job, you know, on drawings and paintings like that. And then UNICEF kind of called and asked, like, you know, if Bodhi's interested in doing a painting for their charity event, so they can put it on auction,
Like
to
raise
earn some,
fund?
right, to raise some funds, you know, to help the children in needs. And we talked to him, you know, like an adult, you know, and we talked to Bodhi, and he was like, yeah, okay. So one day, last week, probably around a week before the gala, the UNICEF gala, right, the thing, he started painting like this painting of the universe, because he also did a clip, you know, for that as well, you know, saying that he chose to draw a universe because it's what he chose. I mean, you know, he came up with it himself. Like, he chose to draw the picture of the universe because he want everyone to know that we living in this world, we are surrounded by the galaxy, and that is, like, you know, a concept that comes up from a 7-year-old, which is, yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah,
right.
I'm impressed.
So he spent over 5 hours from zero to completion of that painting within 5 hours.
Wow.
Right, and we sent it to the UNICEF. We didn't have time to attend the event, but we were really grateful and glad, you know, and honored, you know, to be a part, you know, especially Bodhi. I mean, for being a 7-year-old to have the opportunity, you know, to have the opportunity to do something which is really big, you know, for his age. You know, so yeah, and it went really well. So his picture really did raise quite a bit, quite a bit of fund and stuff, and he's proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy must be proud too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something that I mean, yeah. Will I be able to do it when I was 7? You know, I don't think so.
And then, of course, he's got a very busy parents.
Yes, very. Like I myself, I mean, I work, outside. I mean,
Yeah.
I go out, on locations and here and there and throughout the country. Also in the province, to shoot all these the program that I'm working on for agriculture, or the variety program that it's kind of travel slash.
Yes.
You know.
But of course, you still
Right.
manage to spend
Right.
time with him.
Yeah, yeah, of course, I do. I do try to, you know, give him most of my time whenever I'm available. So Anne, my wife, she's the main parenting. I mean,
Right.
right. She's the main person who spend more time with Bodhi, sending him to school, picking him up, taking him to classes and so forth, and teaching him. And so, but Anne is also busy and doing, taking care of our businesses at home, like all the Kaijan,
Right.
our online ready-to-eat food business, and also seasonal
Yeah.
fruits and stuff.
Yeah, and we'll be talking more about how you and your wife Anne help Bodhi with his learning and everything else in his life too, because that would be something that we can learn from, because everybody's busy these days.
Right. I mean,
But we still have time
modern
to-
day parents. I mean, we're all busy. Not
Right.
not just the husbands. I mean, the wives
Sure.
as well, because everybody's like a working man, working woman. When we're really active. So I mean, quality time for our children is very important.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, kids nowadays. I mean, they get access to so many things. I mean, they're so bright. I mean, they learn so many things at a young age. When we look back at ourselves when
Yeah.
we were 7, I mean, what are we doing? What were we doing? You know what I mean? Now they're capable of doing so many things. I mean, they learn so many things, and having access to all these social media. You know what I mean? It's like explodes, like a world of exploration
Yeah.
for them,
Right.
and they learn and pick up things so easily and so fast that
Right.
that if you look at it and you understand it, I mean it's quite fun. I mean it's quite fun to see how they grow so fast.
Yeah.
Nowadays, and the knowledge that they're picking up from here, there, and of course, there's always like the two sides. There's the negative and the positive,
Yeah.
sides that your children, your child can pick up from these social media, but you can actually have control, over it, and try to teach them, to differentiate, to know what is waste of time,
Yeah.
what is not worth watching, or what is.
Right.
Right. And we're lucky that Bodhi, he kind of uses social media or like short and long clips, whatever that we cannot actually escape from, really.
Yeah.
I mean, face it, I mean, somehow. Yeah, but he used it for his interest. Yeah, like drawings, like dancing. He likes to dance as well and
Wow.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we're not that worried about him. I mean, when he spent time on social media. So
Yeah, that's great. Right, so we'll be talking more about Bodhi and 5-1 Talk, which is a great
Right.
help for parents these days, especially if you want your kids to be better and better
Oh,
at
yeah.
English, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, but first of all, we would like to know you more, because this is a great opportunity for us. We're just starting off the show, but I'm enjoying myself
Oh, thanks.
a lot already, because not that often that we get to talk with you in English.
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
English is still excellent, because
I
you
don't- I
mentioned
don't-
before we start taping the show
Uh-huh.
that you didn't get to use a lot of English these days.
Yeah, over 10, 20 years now that
Right.
that I don't actually use English at all. I mean, daily.
Yeah.
In my daily life. I mean because I'm working in Thailand. Unless I travel. But unless I go back to see my family or friends.
Yeah.
Overseas. But living in Thailand, I mean, I barely get to use the language,
Yeah.
unless like I'm working with somebody who's foreign, or who have comes from like an international environment background.
Right.
And yeah, we'll be speaking to each other in English. But eventually, mostly will be in Thai.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
once you're in Thailand, you will prefer to speak Thai
True.
to each other, which is one scary thing for kids these days.
Right.
Also, because they have access. Like when I was talking about the AI, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I back to Bodhi again. Sorry, because they have access to all these, like to all these like content and social medias and stuff, and it's in multiple languages. It's not just like Thai or English anymore. Sometimes it's Spanish, sometimes it's Korean,
Yeah.
sometimes, and kids get confused.
Right. Yeah.
And back in my days when we were in school, I mean, if you speak Thai, you will speak Thai. If you speak English, you will certainly finish, a sentence.
Right.
In English.
It's not like code switching all the time.
Right. But until you find a way and to mix, two languages in your sentence, in your conversation, which we will call it Pasa Vibat, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. As they say, like,
right.
พูดไทยคำอังกฤษคำ
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You will-
a
you will-
favorable idea.
Right, we will already be in our early youth or in our teens to be able to mix and all these words.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's
within
fun because-
multiple language in one sentence together. But now, I mean, Bodhi, he's like 7, and other kids this generation as well. They're like that. You know what I mean? They're like that right away since they were like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for my family, I encourage them because I look at myself when I was really young. I studied in international school since kindergarten. So back in the days, there weren't any Thai classes in school. There were no regulation that international school have to teach, like Thai classes. So I grew up speaking English as my native language, and I dreamt in English. I never dreamt in Thai until in my 30s that I'm back here in Thailand and been using the
started
language.
dreaming in Thai.
Right. I started now I dream in Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now all my dreams are in Thai, and my English is getting worse and worse and worse, while my Thai is getting better and better. And I struggled a lot, during my early 20s to learn how to read Thai for my job as well. Even until now I can't write. So it's a shame. Somehow, because I'm Thai, so I didn't want Bodhi to go through that, problems. I mean, to face those kind of problems like myself. So we encourage him to speak Thai a lot when he was young because I don't want him to forget the roots. Right. That was my perception. That was from my own experience.
Okay.
But it didn't turn out that way though.
Yeah.
So now kids, I mean, they enjoy so much in speaking Thai that somehow they won't even speak English to each other. I mean, in
Right.
school they will, but out of school, it's all Thai.
Yeah.
You have to support him with
Right.
you have to add something for him, especially English language.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's where 5-1 Talk comes in.
Yes,
Very
definitely.
beautifully. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we'll be talking more about that.
Right.
But first of all, one word or more.
One word or more, okay.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
this is where we learn more about พิชากฤษนะครับ Okay, one word for parents who want their kids to speak English well.
Most important thing, talk.
You have to keep them talking.
Yes, you have to keep them talking, let them speak, right?
Yeah. Okay. So one word Bodhi says all the time recently. Does he have any like catchphrase or slang that he
Oh
uses
my God.
so much?
There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah. And what do you learn from him?
He's kind of like me. He memorized things really, really fast. I mean, now he's into. I don't know if it's all right to say. Now he's into Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
And he really loves Eddie Munson, the rocker, and all the dialogues about Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. The dialogues and the act that he climbed on a table in the high school.
Yeah.
That whole monologues.
Whoa.
He memorized it. And,
Really?
Right, and he's reciting it every single day, multiple times a day, and he'll be like that, probably 10 or 20 times a day. Hopefully not at school. I told him, don't do this at school, please. You can do it to me, to your mom, or to our family. Just keep it,
You keep it in
keep
your
it
family.
more personal. Keep it in the family. Yeah, keep it at home, bro. That's
that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing for kids this
Yeah.
age, and he calls me bro. He's like, hey, Dad, bro, come here. I'm like, What?
And what does smack?
Yo, bro, come here. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not your bro. I'm your father. Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
bro, yeah, that's what they
Right.
say all the time.
Yeah.
Right. How about your wife, Anne? What one word that Anne says all the time?
Check it.
Well, I was screaming your name.
Right. Kind of a screaming, like, check it. Right. Yeah.
So in what reason or what situation in particular?
Well, I'm like a child sometimes, and I'm still like, I think I'm still like a child living in a grown man's body. So yeah, I'm like her first son. I'm like her elder son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something sometimes.
Yeah,
what
that's
I
why
do- right.
your son called you bro, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, and when we team up together, right? That's when she will go. Check it.
Very understandable.
Right.
Okay. One English slang or Kiwi slang that you love.
Yeah,
And still say all the time.
Yeah, Kiwi slang because I went to high school and,
Yeah.
and finished off my high school in New Zealand. So it's just like the word the word lame.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
right. But in Kiwi it'll be shame.
Oh, really?
Shame, like what a shame, shame,
Okay,
shame
okay.
and lame, and it's a gesture like like really, you're like
Okay. All right.
right. Mhm.
So in Kiwi, shame means lame.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like what a shame. It was like shame.
I see.
Right,
Okay,
right,
okay.
right.
All
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
One
shame.
thing people misunderstand about being a farmer.
Well, actually, farming is hard. so I don't know if there's any misconception. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work. But for me, with my type of orchard is actually a fruit, right? It's not like like growing rice fields or it's not, right. It's not like rice fields or like vegetables and stuff. Mine's are big. So like durian. Yeah, well, okay. Let's be specific. Let's be specific about just the durian itself. I mean, it's harder to nurture it than your own child. I mean, it is so sensitive. I mean, right to take care of it. I mean, it's crazy. They're ready to die anytime.
Okay.
Right, and
So durian's not that tough as
No.
The way they look.
They're a big tree. The fruit looks tough, but
Yeah.
the tree itself and the roots itself is not that tough at all.
Okay.
I mean, with the weather swing, you're dealing with the mother nature all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen at any time. You have to change formula of even watering. The hours or half hour or 2 hours or we have to skip. Giving them the right. Nutrients,
Fertilizer,
right,
yeah.
fertilizer or nutrient. You have to keep switching, and sometimes you have to starve it. You have to starve it because, or else if you give it too much, the leaves will take it and the bloom will fall, and
Okay.
right.
Requires a lot of
right.
attention.
Yeah. It's quite challenging, right?
Okay.
Something that you have to learn
Right.
by doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
that's
hard-
why they're
it's
so
hard to-
expensive too.
Yeah, it's
It
hard.
could
It's
be
really
so expensive.
True. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to explain, and the soil in each different area is obviously is different. So every family in certain, even though it's only like half an hour away, they will have their own. Yeah, they will.
Okay.
They will have their own like formulas and strategies and struggles.
Yeah.
Right. And when we started, and then other uncles are like, oh, here I hold this land for you from our grandfather, and he's been waiting for you to come back. To do something with the land. So I'm gonna give you back this land, and it's like another orchard with a 40-year-old durian trees right there, and we're like, what? We're just starting planting a new one, and then suddenly we just receive like this this old orchard that holy we can't mess it up. You know what I mean? I mean, it's been around for 40 years, and if it dies because of our hand, right? That will be the worst thing ever. So. Yeah, so we have to really, put our time, and effort to really learn because it's a really sensitive matters, and sensitive process, I mean, taking care of the durian trees, it's really hard. And again, as an actor, being a guy from a city, I mean, selling durian is quite challenging for me.
Yeah.
I mean, because normally I'll be very isolated from the public, because I work with. It's not because like I'm a star. I don't go out. It's not because of that, but because every day I work with over 100 people at least every day. If I'm on set, there's 100 people that I have to be working with, dealing with every day, and that's quite overwhelming sometimes. So when work's finished, I would rather be home and be a potato couch. You know what I mean? And not interacting with anyone at all, apart from my close friends and families. So when it comes, now that my other part, that my another mask is a farmer.
Yeah.
And of course we have to sell durian when it's in season, right? When the times come, I remember my first time was really nervous. Was really nervous and excited as well, because we didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Are we talking like selling like live on online?
We started with live, but it was like a short,
short session.
Short session.
Okay.
That was during COVID. So we didn't do much. We were live. So my wife kind of lead. Even that for me was hard. Not just being myself to entertain people. I'm used to being in character,
right?
To entertain other people, but being myself live, and I'm like, okay, this is my durian, and it's really good. And then there are questions like, so how is Pisha Chris durian better than other orchards or other brand? Well, they're the same because
it doesn't help at all.
Yeah, but we took care of it and we give it a little bit of love. Those kind of things.
Right.
But and then and actually surprisingly, my wife is more natural on camera than I was. I mean, doing the live session to sell the durian. So that kind of open another
skill set
and window for me, you know what I mean? To like my knowledge as well as like, oh wow. Yeah.
So it takes a lot to be a durian farmer too.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard.
Okay. About one most memorable line or lines from your past acting career.
Or probably the famous one. Do you believe in destiny?
Oh yeah.
From Gumpapan.
Because
Because the rest will be like monologues, man. It's too long.
yeah,
Right.
And that's a classic one too.
Yeah. It is.
Right.
That was like since I was, oh my God, I was like 23 back then.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
over 20
a
years.
Long time
ago. Long time ago.
One actor or actress you miss working with the most.
Yeah, when I saw the questions, that was the one that I had trouble coming up with, because I've been working with so many great talents, actors and actresses, here in Thailand.
Yeah.
But the one person that pops in my head, and that she have a really strong influence, in my career, who was there in the beginning of my career, actually was Pinok Sinchai. Right, she was there for my very first drama series. Right. Yeah, she was there.
She's great, right?
Oh, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. About one skill you think Gen Alpha needs the most in the age of AI.
Well, sometimes skills to access, the world of AI with great knowledge, and definitely, the medium of language, the universal language to be able to understand AI is English.
Right.
Then English is the most important language to access so many things. English is language that links the world together, and for an individual, it's beyond that. It gives, your children or yourself the confidence to be able to communicate or to express, with the world. Fluently and with confidence, right?
Right. So even in theory that the AI could get rid of the barrier of the language, you still think that knowing English is very important.
Of course it's important, because it will become, as human, it will be our personal knowledge, not letting the robots do everything for us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or else we would be useless, right? If we're not devoted to learn something by heart by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, everybody's using ChatGPTs and stuff to
Right.
give the answers for them, doing thesis for them, you know, in uni and stuff.
Right.
But
The
back-
human aspect
right.
is still very important, right?
Right. Yeah, of course. Like, how many phone numbers do you remember nowadays?
Oh, none.
Right. Yeah,
No.
but that's like the basic things that you know. I mean, it's the basic things that as a human being you should you should somehow
Yeah.
how know, like back in our days. I mean, we have like about 100 numbers in our brain, and we do remember them all.
True. Yeah.
I mean, so yeah. I mean, every learning, anything that is useful. I mean, you know that or you know as our interests.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's all. It benefits us as a
Sure.
human beings. So it's going to be our personal weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And
That's how I
to
feel.
build relationship with another
That's
human
it.
being too.
Right, too,
You
yeah,
cannot
correct.
like always talk through AI.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have friends who literally speaking to ChatGPT all day. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm here.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, man.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Right.
Yeah, and of course English is still very important, and we have no argument there because
Right.
we are at on this
Yeah.
channel, Comedy. That's one of the
Right.
like most important skill that we can enjoy. Not only to learn and to like study in classroom, but to enjoy as like a person who's living in the world
Yeah.
with other human beings. And of course your son Bodhi. But how else do you and your wife, as parents, help him to learn and improve more?
Yeah, like I said before, since his young age, since before schooling, you know, we have like, you know, all these like picture cards and stuff to play with him in
Yeah.
English to keep English, you know, in him. I mean, as he is growing up, but along the way, we also want to add something more for him. So we chose 5-1 Talk,
Right.
the English learning platform, yeah, for him, so he can, you know, learn more English one-on-one with a foreign teacher. You know, anytime that he's available. You know, it's really convenient because Bodhi now can learn English from 5-1 Talk. You know, when he have the time or from anywhere. I mean, we do travel a lot. You know, sometimes we're not at home all the time. Like I told you that sometimes we spend like a week at our orchard, especially during like his summer. You know, during his school closes. You know, during the holidays, and we do travel to abroad a lot also, but we can take, you know, just a tablet with him, and yeah, he can, you know, lock the class and, you know, just get on class with the teacher whenever and wherever. So it's really convenient and practical.
Yeah, foreign teachers, not AI, like
No,
human
real teacher
Yeah.
who have a standard a TESOL certified, and also has been trained, you know, children teaching method, you know, with psychology to be able to work with the kids easily.
That's the thing too.
Right.
Like not only have you have to have the knowledge.
No,
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
skill,
You
but
also have to be able the knowledge to be able to work with
Right.
children to keep them focused.
Yeah.
Right. So the teacher on 5-1 Talk, I mean, they have over 10,000 teacher all over the world. You know, because they've been experienced for over 15 years now, and they've been teaching, you know, all over the world, over 50 countries all over the world with successful case. You know, so yeah.
And as you mentioned, like teaching young kids is not easy at all.
No, it's not
because-
easy at all. It's not
Yeah.
easy at all. But like I said, the all the teachers, they're certified, you know, and they have been through the training, you know, the teaching method for children and psychology. So they really know how to keep the children focused. And the platform itself is really fun because I see Bodhi, you know, every time when he goes on class, like most parents will be worried that you know, when your kid is learning online.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to really focus? I mean, they should wander off somewhere and, you know, not even on the screen. But
Yes.
with 5-1 Talk, I mean, with the platform, the teacher, they work together with interaction, gamification. So there's game and interacting with the teacher itself. And they also have the AI to help the teacher analyze and detect, like, you know, our kids' performance, you
Yeah.
know, and their verbal, their accent, everything.
Oh, like
Yeah.
all the pronunciation,
The pronunciations,
or the efficiency
right.
of the class.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is how our children can become English proficiency easier.
Right. So the first time you introduced him to Five Fun Talk,
Right.
Yeah. What was his reaction?
Well, as any parent, you'll be pretty skeptical about letting your child, learning online. Really, is that gonna work? Because somehow we know our child. It's not the system. It's not the platform. It's our child. We know our child that sometimes they can be such a
Knows
menace
nature.
that right that sometimes that he can lose. His focus easily, or he'll be interested in doing something else more, especially if you're learning while you're at home, right? So we did a trial. We did a trial, but then what happened was like right away, like in matters of minutes, he was just locked into the screen and having fun with the teacher, with all the games that the teacher was presenting and teaching him. So actually, yeah, that surprises me, and it just clicked me right away that yeah, why not? Why not? Enhance him with more English learning while he's at home or anywhere. If he's already enjoying and the teacher from 5-1 Talk can also keep him locked on screen and enjoying learning at the same time.
But a lot of parents out there, that there might be some of them would argue that as there might be like English speakers already,
Right, mhm.
And they might say that it wouldn't that be enough if they like keep talking to their kids and not relying on the outside help.
I support the every family. If you're able to communicate English with your child, your children, that's super. That's perfect. Like our family does. I'm the one who speaks English, so I try to speak a lot of English to Bodhi, more than Thai, because on my wife's side it's fully Thai. So I'm the only one who's able to communicate with Bodhi, to keep him in an English environment in the field. So I'm the one. But then, wouldn't it be better if our child can learn from the experts? Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the differentiate.
Right.
That's the difference between ourselves or the teacher, which 5-1 Talk is provided with. Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's great because you have the closeness with your child,
right?
But they have the expertise. So
right.
all combined is even better, right?
Right.
Yeah. And do you think it's important for your son to be able to speak English as a native, like in native accent?
If you ask me if it's that really important, I don't think that it is.
Okay.
As long as you can communicate, but of course, if you can, that will be great. Because for me, I experienced from not speaking any Thai, only English, and now I'm speaking so much Thai, and my English is getting worse and worse.
Right.
I totally admit, what I mean. I probably have to go back to the U.S. or be somewhere, for at least over 2 weeks until until English will come back to me like fully again. But as long as I'm in Thailand, it's impossible. So, as long as your children can keep up, and keep on speaking English and using the language, every day, and most of the time, and as much as they can, that will be great. And until, one day, if even though you're from a Thai school, so as long as your kid is determined, I'm sure they can achieve anything.
Right.
And through 5-1 Talk, I see Bodhi having fun, learning, with the platform and the teachers, that he's not being forced to learn. He's enjoying, and he wants to get on the platform to learn himself.
Right.
Without me or Anne having to go, Bodhi, we don't need to force him at all, right?
Yeah, because
so it's a good thing that he's enjoying,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there are a lot of games, like you said, the gamification part is like one of the best ways to practice.
And that's how it keeps your child concentrate, because they will give you medals and stuff too, like a star,
like
a
stickers,
like a house
and stuff.
points, right? Like in school, right? So they give you like medals and stuff, so they really enjoy.
I really agree, because if you force them or you like push them to do something that they're not willing to, that wouldn't give the best result.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, to deal with children, in this era nowadays, they're smart. You know what I mean? You cannot trick them.
No.
So if they really love something, if they really love something because of themselves, of how because of what they already got to interact with, and they find it enjoyable and they love it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like the best,
the best.
the best goal.
So now parents are interested. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sold on the idea. So what
Right.
do they do now? Where
Well-
can they go and download it?
Well, good news that 51 Talk is able to download right away, free to download, and you can start a free trial class before you decide. Yeah, so that's good news for any parents and your child. So please try, go and download and try the free trial class.
What vision or what kind of future do you see in your son? Because you mentioned he swims, he dances, he
Yeah.
paints. So he does a lot of things.
Right, a lot of people ask, if I want my son in the entertainment business. It's the most common, question for a parent who is in the industry, of course. I always told them not yet. I was like, let him find himself first, because for Bodhi, I think for any child who has a parent who's working in the industry, it's not hard for them to get in.
Right.
Right, but we don't know if once they're in, if they're gonna last, because this world is totally an individual world, and nobody can do it for you. You are you. You know what I mean? So
Does he show any interest at all?
He does, but until that day, I also want him to find other interests.
Okay.
At all. Let's have a choice.
Okay.
Let him have a choice. Like, if he doesn't like, or if he doesn't make it through in the industry, he will have other options. But I rather have that other options to be the main option before he jump into.
Okay.
Right. So he likes swimming. So swimming is part of is good for his health, and also for him to have discipline. Because swimming is also something. It's kind of like golf.
Yeah.
Of course, you're racing, in lanes and stuff. But it's also like a mind.
So you wouldn't
Right.
have problem with him having many things to split his focus on.
There's swimming. There's art, which art comes naturally for him,
Okay.
and that's one of his big interests as well. And he liked dancing, so we take him to a dancing class as well, in once a week thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know yet what he really, because he's
Right.
7, right? So everything
Yeah.
will be dilute, and then
Yeah.
he'll probably
Through
know.
times, right?
Yeah, right. And he
Yeah.
will probably know what he really likes, and if it's good for him, if it's a positive thing, of course we will support him all the way. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but for now, just let's have fun.
Yeah,
and
let have
explore.
fun. Let him be a kid, be a child. Let him explore life.
I like that a lot. Let him
Yeah.
be a kid.
Yeah, let him be a kid. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
And how about the kid named Chakrit over here?
The kid named Chakra over here. Yeah, still working
Does he
hard.
have any big plan or any new things that he wants to explore?
Well, I'm kind of.
Because you already have a full plate in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, my hands are pretty full. I mean, working. I mean, between hours, because, this industry, our time, working hours is totally different from most of the people. Sometimes I got to get up at 6 a.m. and come back home after midnight. Because of the working hours. And stuff. So sometimes I feel like, God, it's so hard for me to go start doing some new things. But then again, now I'm like, I'm having a durian orchard, and apart from the restaurants, like, I'm fortunate to be a partner of Pepina Pizzeria, which I have, a really great partner who executes, the thing. So, which I didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the business is good and stuff like that. And apart from that, yeah, acting is something that I will always be, enjoying,
Yeah.
throughout. I don't know, for the rest of my life. I think
Right.
I'll never try to walk away from it or anything, because it's part of my joy, and I love every detail of it. Yeah, and I'm fortunate that even until now, these days, I'm still getting job offers and stuff, which is great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think
Right.
that's a word right there, joy.
Yeah,
if you
joy.
keep doing things with joy, I think
Right.
great things
Yeah.
will happen.
Right, and other business venture is coming along.
Okay.
Like basically focusing on food and
Yeah.
and stuff. So let's see what's gonna happen. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how can we follow you?
Uh,
Do you have any
I'm very low tech
Social
guy.
media,
And
okay.
oh yeah, and one other plan is also to learn more about AI
Okay.
myself to catch up with the trend and the and the right and the era. Yeah, that's another plan. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So just go and follow you through like IG.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, Instagram. Shakrit, SHAHKRIT. Right.
Okay. And maybe
And our channel Bakpo channel, Bakpo channel, official channel on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and so forth.
probably order some durian from your
Yeah, and order durian. Yes, the durian season is coming. So anybody who loves durian, so please welcome to order from us. We will be very happy to serve you, a really good quality durian at a reasonable price.
Right.
And only one channel. One is through Line Shop, Keichan, KHEICHAN, and always beware of scammers.
Okay.
On Facebook, just consider it all fake account. Yeah.
All right. There's like
It's
only
a warning,
one
right?
official
Right.
channel.
Yeah, the
and-
only
and
one
online
official.
shop.
Right. Online shop. Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I am enjoying myself so much, like
Okay.
talking to you in English, especially because this is a rare opportunity.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and once again, shout out for 5-1 Talk that helps bring us together today.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So of course you're on the show called Comedy. I want to know about your words that you like in Thai, in English.
Yeah. So my I have both English and Thai. That was kind of like
please.
a motto. In English, it's so be it.
So be it.
So be it. Just let it be. Whatever happens, let it happen. And in Thai, เดี๋ยวมันก็ผ่านไป
Okay.
Right. It will pass. Right. So be it,
Yeah.
and it shall pass.
Right.
Right.
Very
Right.
wise.
Right. So
Wise
you just
words.
embrace everything that happens to you. You know what I mean? Because there's always a new morning. So just do your best, and whatever is the outcome, just embrace it. Live with it. If you have some obstacles or some struggles that you have to go through sometimes in life, just go through it. With a positive mindset, and you'll make it through.
Right. คุณชาคริตครับวันนี้ผมสนุกมากแล้วก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับ
ครับผม
Thank you so much for coming
ครับขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ Thank you ครับขอบคุณครับ